Upon graduating from college with a degree in philosophy and ancient Greek, I was going to wait a year or two to go get a graduate degree in philosophy. So with a degree like that, at the time, you weren't trained to do anything. So I decided to drink wine. So I ended up getting a job as a stock boy at a local, at that time, a liquor store in San Francisco. And I quickly realized that I had a pretty good palate. And I really started to develop a passion for the whole nature of the wine industry. The fact that you're tasting the embodiment of the grape. The fact that there's a full story behind each wine. The fact that you're at the mercy of the weather. You're at the mercy of the winemaker. The winemaker can work with the weather to make it better. Every aspect, the subtleties of aroma, the fact that the soil can just between one vineyard and the other in France, the soil can just change that wine so dramatically. I realized that there was almost an infinite amount of learning that could take place within the industry, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. I read every book I could read on it and tasted every sample that they'd let me bring home. And I quickly developed a palate a little bit better than the wine buyer at the time and took over all the imported wine sales. Soon I was writing the newsletter, and then within a few years we changed the name and completely focused the store on wine. Expanded our SKUs to 3,000 wine SKUs. So we'd be tasting 300-400 wines a week for years. I'd write the newsletter, buy the wines, and then sell the wines. And selling the wines was fun. It backed up everything I learned in philosophy, because it's all about just selling someone on a wine in an argument. But more importantly, it's connecting someone with the right bottle and seeing that joy in there. When they come back the next day and are like, oh yeah, serving that with that steak, that was perfect. They love that. And I love that. And I was in there for 10 years. After that, I ended up forming another company called Vintellect that helped wine stores, just like the wine store I was managing, implement their own marketing programs. Because at that time, we were getting a ton of competition, and they still are, from the chain stores, the Beverages and More, the Total Wines, Trader Joe's. Helping the independent wine store compete was where Vintellect got its roots. We ended up developing a cellar management program, and it was designed to connect people's cellars to what they were about to eat. And it had a pretty good food recommendation algorithm in it, which I was pretty proud of. The economy then fell. This was in 2008. We ended up closing Vintellect and VineCat. Vintellect then transformed into Nimbletoad, which is the company we're at today. And we've decided to dedicate ourselves completely on helping wineries tell their story and get the right people into their tasting room.